So how many stories have we done on criminal justice reform? The great new way to drop the crime rate by refusing to arrest black people when they commit crimes. Crimes like shoplifting, crimes like selling drugs, crimes like prostitution. That's criminal justice reform. It's ruining these cities. Though I don't know if anybody has enough sense to figure it out. What was the first one we did? Just a few, well, we've done a million of them, but how about some recent ones? We did a big story in Baltimore, how they had a big community meeting in Baltimore, and all the black people down there were all upset. They couldn't figure it out. Why is Target leaving Baltimore? Everybody stood up and pronounced one conspiracy theory after another, one after another after another. Not one person stood up and said, do you suppose it had anything to do with the fact that the Target they were closing at the Mondawmin Mall was ground zero for all the riots in Baltimore? And that mall, that store in particular, is targeted for an enormous amount of black violence and criminality on a daily basis, not just directed at the store, but also directed at the employees going to work, leaving work. Nobody said that. Ditto in Memphis. We did the same story in Memphis just a couple days after that. Two Kroger grocery stores leaving Memphis. People in Memphis going, man, what's going on in Memphis? Why are these people leaving us? Why are these white people picking up their grocery stores and leaving the ghetto? Haven't they heard Michelle Obama talk about food deserts? Don't they know that black people are entitled to go into a Kroger's and commit enormous amounts of crime and violence without anybody worrying about it? Well, we have on video what happened in Kroger. You guys remember this. A couple hundred black people rampaging through the parking lot. The thing I remember most about that is the young lady, the lovely lady who said, who shrieked, they got a white dude, they got a white dude. Kroger is an object of black crime and violence on a daily basis towards their products, their employees going to work, from work. Just a week ago, we did a story right here about in Philadelphia, the district attorney, too much aplomb, too much fanfare, announced he was going to start his criminal justice reform. Everything he talked about during his campaign for district attorney, same thing the mayor talked about. Too many black people were getting arrested for too many crimes because everybody knows crime is the new black entitlement. So the district attorney put out this 3 or 4 page memo that said, we're not going to arrest anybody for shoplifting, prostitution, dealing drugs, and other low-level felonies. No arrest for shoplifting. That's criminal justice reform. I guarantee you a year from now they're going to be putting their hands doing the Rocky victory dance saying, yeah, we reduced the crime rate in Philadelphia and in Memphis and in Baltimore, even as the real crime's going like this, while the crime rate's going like that. How you like those numbers? Anyway, why don't we get on to Atlanta? Same thing happened today in Atlanta. The cop saying, we are going to stop arresting people for shoplifting in the most upscale part of Atlanta, Buckhead. I mean, what is there to say about this?
Warren, police say they need to focus on maybe more severe calls rather than shoplifting.
Well, that's absolutely right. That's what they say. But, you know, for big box stores, hiring more security isn't that much of an issue. But for smaller stores like this store here, Labels, the men's store, hiring more security, well, that affects their bottom line. And they fear it could actually make this sign become permanent.
Weekends are insane. So yeah, you got a lot of people coming to these stores.
It's a hot spot for high-end men's clothing at discounted prices. But like any retail store, Labels, the men's store in Buckhead, has had people getting their hands on merchandise without paying.
Usually anything that's near the doors. You know, we'll see a shirt, they'll be like, oh, and they'll just run out.
That's one of the reasons sales associate Daniel Laus says Atlanta Police Department's new policy on shoplifting is a major concern.
I'm not going to risk my life and get shot in the face or something for a guy who's taking a shirt.
Atlanta Police Department is changing its focus to what it says is an uptick in crimes like car theft and robberies in Zone 2. That encompasses Buckhead, Piedmont Heights, West Midtown, and Lenox Park. Officers will not be dispatched to shoplifting calls, and stores in one of the city's major shopping districts are on their own.
Either get a private Labels police or I guess just let it happen and lose money until we go out of business.
APD suggests retailers develop a security plan that is less dependent on police. Laus says that is easier said than done.
If you're a Walmart and you can hire security because you're a billion-dollar company, when you're a local business that's locally owned and locally managed, you're not going to be able to hire private security.
Now, when I spoke to APD today, they did tell me that they offer a free security assessment to retail stores. What they do is they come out and offer suggestions on ways the stores can tighten up their own security.
Welcome to criminal justice reform. Crime is the new black entitlement. And above all, when you're reporting this, when you're talking about this incredible suicide that all these big cities are going through by refusing to enforce the law, just don't make the black kids angry.